Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie or Wavy Curly Allie. If you're new here, I am a healthy hair enthusiast, just here sharing my tips and tricks on how to help you love your hair as it is naturally. So today, I wanted to show you a very simplified version of my routine. It combines upright and upside down styling, but I am using the minimal amount of products that I can get away with. I think oftentimes we get carried away about all the different products that we have in our arsenal, and it's really fun to use them. However, not all of us want to use 20 items on our wash day. So I grabbed just my essentials, just the basics that always work for me and I love. So we have shampoo. I have the Innersense Pure Harmony Hairbath. Use any shampoo you like, any conditioner you like. These are just the ones I'm using. And the Innersense Pure Inspiration Daily Conditioner. So these are two wonderful little items. They're pretty concentrated, so you don't need to use as much. So in my previous video that I show my in-depth wash day with Innersense, I use quite a bit of this, and someone said, hey, actually try using a little bit less and applying more water. So shout out to you, thank you. I wish I could remember who it was, but someone sent me a message and you actually only need 2 to 3 pumps of this, which sounds absurd for all this hair, but it works. Just apply a little bit more water, help to saturate your hair better. The next I have for my stylers, I'm only using really 2 stylers. I'm going to use my Bounce Curl Avocado Clump and Define Cream. I'm using this instead of a leave-in. I don't need a leave-in and the curl cream. This is plenty of moisture, so this satisfies both. So I'm going to use this, and this will add a little bit of definition and help my hair clump together pretty nicely. And then I'm just going to go over it a little bit with some of my Ecoslay Orange Marmalade. So I'm going to jump in the shower. I'm going to wash with my shampoo and my conditioner, and then we'll get started with applying stylers. I'll show you how I do that. All right, be right back. Ta-da! All right, we're back. So my hair is soaking wet. I just washed and conditioned. I brush my hair when it's dry before I jump in the shower to make it easier to detangle when I get to conditioner. So when I'm in there and I've got the conditioner in my hair, I finger detangle, which usually is pretty easy to do at that point because my hair's been detangled while it's dry before I jumped in the shower. Now some people say don't dry brush your hair. Do whatever you like. If you want to dry brush your hair, go for it. If you don't do it. So my hair is soaking wet, as you can see. I really need to stop wearing shirts that show just how wet my hair is, but you get the point, it's dripping. So what I'm gonna do, I just showered upright. I'm going to now apply some curl cream and then flip my hair upside down. So with the Bounce Curl Clump and Define Cream, as I said, that's what I'll be using. There we go. I don't need a lot of it. I'm going to just dip my finger in here and get about this much, just a fingertip. You can do 2 fingertips if you like, but this seems to be plenty. The reason why is this is very concentrated. That is plenty for all of my hair. Now my hair is not thick, but it's very long, so there's a lot of hair to cover. You go like this. That's why you don't need to use that much of this stuff. So I'm actually just gonna rake this into my hair. Get it fully into my hair. Okay, and now I'm going to flip my hair upside down and brush my hair with my Denman brush. So I have the Denman D3 7-row styling brush. You can find this in my Amazon. I will also list all of these in the caption below. But I removed 3 of the bristles, so instead of 7 rows, it actually becomes 4. People say that if you remove rows, it creates larger clumps, but I've said this before, I have not noticed much of a difference between taking out the rows and leaving them in. Just personally, maybe that's because my hair has a bit of a softer wave, it's not super curly. So that's just what I did. If you're curious why it looks the way it does, it is a 4-row from a 7-row. So I'm gonna flip my hair upside down, I'm gonna brush my hair, and I'm gonna show you how I create curl clumps. So I call this brush, rope, shake, because I'm brushing my hair, I'm then gonna rope it together to help all of my hair come back together, and then I'm gonna give my head a little bit of shake so that my curl clumps separate as they want to separate where they wanna go. So here we go. All right, so now that I've brushed everything, what I'm gonna do now is rope my hair together and I'm gonna give it a little shake. And you can see my hair's separated where it wanted to. Now you can put your finger up here and just see where your hair is naturally splitting and separate from there. If you have some pieces that are getting a little bit stringy and you want them to reform, just get some water, okay, and just dribble it on, and it'll help your curls come back together. Okay. So there you go. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to squish some of this water out. I'm gonna just hop back in here for a second. So I'm gonna squeeze this so it stays in the shower and I don't soak the ground. All right, so I got some of the water out. The curls are starting to form a little bit. The waves are starting to form. Now I'm gonna go over it with my Ecoslay Orange Marmalade Gel. I just did about 2.5, 3 pumps. The stuff is kind of snotty, but it's a nice consistency. It's easy to spread. So if you are newer to this product, it does take a little bit of practice because it is so easy to spread though. That's why I really like this. And it does give me a nice hard hold. Now, if you use this product and you don't feel like you're getting a very hard hold, try squishing out a little bit more of that excess water to really get the product to penetrate your hair. And that should help a little bit with achieving a cast. But I'm gonna do this in 1/2. Praying hands. Get all that product in there. I'm going a little bit up towards the top because I don't want to miss any of that. And then I'm going to go through 3 more pumps and get the other half. Okay, and now I've got a little bit of product still on my hands. I'm going to use this while I scrunch to really just get this into my ends and get a nice shape started. Okay, so this works for me. Now, let's say you want to make sure that you get a lot of the product up here. Sometimes it's pretty easy to miss sections of your hair when you're upside down, so you can roll your hair to the side and really give it a good squeeze. I'm squeezing kind of pulsing. Gently roll it over to the other side and do the same. All right, so at this point in time, you could choose to plop for a little bit if you want. I wouldn't suggest doing it for more than 10 to 15 minutes because if you have all this hair plopped on top of your head, it can get down into your roots, make your roots get a little sticky and flat, and your hair can stick to your scalp, which we want to avoid if we want volume. So you can do that, or you can go right into diffusing. I think I'm actually just going to micro plop a little bit, which means to take my towel, and this is my cotton t-shirt towel. This is the Love Your Curls ones. And I'm just going to use this to squeeze out some of this excess water. So you could do this, or you could plop by actually putting the towel onto your head, but this works really well for me. Really start to get those clumps to form. Do it a little bit on the side. All right. So the amount of gel that you use is going to be different for everybody. It just depends on how much hair you have, the density, the length. That amount normally works really well for me. Now, if you do choose to go the route of microplopping like I do, you can just feel your hair. And again, this just comes with a little bit of experience of trying this, but feel your hair. If it feels like it could use a little bit more, you're welcome to put more in, or you can leave it as is. Sometimes I like to just glaze a little bit over right at the end as a bit of insurance. You could also go in with a mousse, but again, I'm trying to keep this super simple and show you that you don't need a ton of products to style your hair. So this is just one way to do it of the many, many ways. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go into diffusing. I choose to hammock diffuse, do a little bit of hover diffusing around my roots. If you're not sure what hammock diffusing is, you can go check out my video that's on this channel that covers hammock diffusing. That's what I do, and then I hover a little bit because the porosity behind my ears is a little bit lower. It takes much longer to dry. I hover around there, and then I might even just hit it with a pixie at the end. So mix it up quite a bit. Anyway, I'm going to diffuse my hair, come back, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, guys, I'm back. So my hair is 100% dry. I'm ready to break out this cast. So I'm gonna break the cast and then I'm gonna let my hair settle and kind of decide where it wants to fall. But we're confronted with a few options here when we break our cast. The purpose of this video was to just use 2 products really for styling and be done with it. Just to show you, you don't need all of the things. So I'm going to break my cast today using this beautiful scarf from Lush. It's a silk feel scarf. I don't believe it is actual silk. It is polyester. But it is super soft, so you can grab a silk scarf. The reason I'm not using my bare hands is I don't want to cause extra friction in my hair. You certainly could. There's no problem with that. Again, I'm just trying to show you that it's easy. You don't need a million things. So certainly, if you're comfortable using your bare hands, go for it. If you do have some other products that you'd like to use, I really do like using a little bit of oil to break my cast. So I have Righteous Roots oil. Sometimes I'll drip 3 drops into my hand, emulsify, and then scrunch. And then I also really like to use foam, specifically this foam. You can put a pump of this in your hand, a pump and a half, rub it together to kind of liquefy it, and then I like to use that to scrunch. The reason I like using that mousse is because it is a stickier consistency. It's not watery. If you're going to use a watery mousse, you might actually just create more frizz by applying that because it's watery, and adding that water into your hair could cause frizz. So I'm going to go out without any additional product, just that cream and the gel in my hair, and I'm going to break my cast with this beautiful Lush scarf. So let's do it. All right, so my hair is pretty soft. You may encounter some stubborn pieces like this, these thinner clumps that have product wrapped around them, and you have little mini curl clumps. It's not so easy to break the cast off of those, so a nice way to break them is to use praying hands. So again, you can just go through with your bare hands and just kind of praying hands and smooth them out, or you can use a cotton or a silk scarf. Don't use a cotton shirt or anything, that'll actually just make this worse. And just kind of smooth it and scrunch it. So yeah, that's it. So my hair just needs to settle. I need to figure out where it wants to part. As it's settling, it kind of likes to puff a little bit, and I like that. So I'm gonna let it settle for about 10 to 15 minutes, however long it wants, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, guys, here it is. This is really where my hair wanted to fall, and it feels most natural and looks most natural to me. You can tell it's fluffed up a little bit. Also, something I forgot to mention, after I break my cast, and you can fluff your roots right away, or you can let it kind of settle down and then fluff. So I let my hair just settle a little bit, and then I got my fingers in there, and I just went like this, just to make sure that my hair wasn't sticking to my scalp anywhere, and really to just give it some volume. Flip upside down, give it a shake. And that's what you get. So that's it, guys. 2 stylers, curl cream, gel, shampoo, conditioner. You don't need to use the exact same products. You don't need to use the same amount of products. Really, I'm just sharing that Again, you can get away with using just a couple of things, or even one styler if you really wanted to. If your hair does not need a ton of moisture, then you could go straight to a gel and just leave a little bit of your conditioner in your hair and go straight to your gel. Or you could just use a little bit of curl cream and not use a gel. This is a harder hold styler. This is going to give you a very soft hold. So it depends on what you're looking for, but I hope I've shown you that you don't need 50 things to style your curls or your waves. And this is what you get. So I'll just do a little spin around. You can see all of it. And that's it. I hope this has been helpful. Please like and subscribe if you can. And any questions you have, drop them below. And I will continue to share the videos that you guys love the most. All right, thanks for watching, guys.